All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Anurag, for that very informative 5-minute recap on the entertainment sector. Just real quick, I actually don't know my role as a moderator, but I did have the good fortune of going over, I was a part of the jury, and I did have the good fortune of going over this sector. And so we got to see a lot of cool stuff that's happening, and it was actually truly fascinating. I'm really looking forward to hearing the guys present, because it was very interesting seeing some of the models that have evolved, especially in the entertainment sector, which seem to have a lot more than a lot of the other sectors did. And also, it's nice to be able to see firsthand what these guys, we had to put things together. But now we get to see firsthand what actually this is. So I'm going to hand it over. Is Roshan here? All right. So I'm going to hand it over to Rajiv, Kumar, RockeTalk, and let him take it from there.
I have the presentation of the RTM billions. Hi, I'm Rajiv, founder of RockeTalk. And I think in this room, some people may be aware of RockeTalk, but a lot more people are aware if you go to a smaller city. We have over 17 million users as part of RockeTalk. What we do is cloud-based social apps, and social apps that run on your feature phone, they also run on your smartphone now. And out of these 17 million users, if you could just run that. Is there a remote here, or we'll run that? Okay. So you'll see a whole bunch of stuff happening in there, and they are all social apps. It's one app, because typically most of the people that use this kind of application on your little feature phone, they don't have enough memory. These are Java-based phones, J2ME-based phones. We try to cram in 4 or 5 different social applications into that. And the primary ones among those are contesting and communities. So there's obviously the basic friend finder and the friend maker or the friend profile. You go and you find your friends and you make friends with them, you get them on your friend list, and then you start chatting with them. And the good part is in RockeTalk you can actually chat with them in your own voice. Everything works over GPRS, but what we do is highly compress the voice, send it across, so you can actually speak in your voice in your own language to your friend on RockeTalk, wherever that RockeTalk person is in the world. But then you get into the entertainment sector, and since the focus of this session is entertainment, I thought I would dwell on that part. And there's 2 real anchor points in our system that drive the entertainment part. The first one, which you'll see on the top left, is contest games entertainment. And that is where we drive a whole bunch of contesting. And in fact, today, for the last week or so, there's been a very significant contest that is running, and that's almost like a game show, and it's the Antakshari show. It's a complete Antakshari show, which a lot of you will relate to. People actually come and sing their songs in there, and as of right now, it's about 72 or 73,000 people have actually played in their own voice just in the last 8 days or 9 days. It's about 9 days since we started. And that is where the common person right on the street in any city in India, they are able to participate. They are able to sing in their own voice. And not just sing, they are able to browse what other people are singing. They are able to rate them. They are able to forward their songs. They can download those songs, make them the ringtone of their phone. So there's a whole bunch of entertainment built into that. And I was just looking at it just before coming onto the podium here. There were about 1,200 people playing right now. I just checked my stats on the system. 1,200 people playing right at this minute on Antakshari. And what I thought I would do is I could actually play a couple of these things that are happening right now that might give you some sense of what happens. So the way this format runs, and it's happening if you have the phones in your hand, you can actually download the RockeTalk and play on it. It works on Android phone, it works on iPhone, it works on BlackBerry, it works on a whole bunch of Nokia phones, over 1,000 varieties of phones. You can actually play it right there. But I'll just play something here that is happening. This is happening right now. This is just 2 minutes ago. I mean, this is a song that came in and I was asked to find out, listen to the song and guess the name of the movie. So part of it is guessing the name of the movie, part of it is guessing the name of the director, part of it is guessing the name of the person that has sung it, the original song. And the next part is actually sending it in and playing in your own voice, and let other people listen to it, let other people rate it, let other people share it. So it's all about voice. So it's all on your phone, and it's all about, it's hardcore entertainment. There's nothing better there from a common person's point of view, because it's really Bollywood at its best again, but more at the talent level. So that is one anchor point of our entertainment. So you can go to the next slide. That's more of the numbers. I think it's a little outdated. We are closer to 17 million page views in a month that people use. It's a very engaging system. So we get about 1.5 billion page views. So it's probably one of the largest in terms of page views in the India market alone. You can skip to the next one. Keep going. So these are more of the slides which tell you what the product is about. But again, it's all about entertainment. It's all about rich media. It's all about sharing what's going on around you. You go to a nightclub or you go to a concert, share what is going on in video, in your voice, describe what is going on. You go to a friend's birthday party, you take 5 photos and describe the birthday party in your own voice, in your own language, and share it with one friend or 100 friends or into a community. Community is a group. You can make up a group yourself or you can join some groups. In fact, there are a lot of groups in RockeTalk that are based around these common interests. So one among them is a group called Mehfil, 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 which by the name you'll probably figure out what it does. People come and actually sing poetry in that. Sometimes they sing Hindi poetry, sometimes it's romantic poetry, sometimes it is monsoon poetry, sometimes it is it's just Hindi poetry. Sometimes it's very esoteric also. And that is what makes it again entertaining. At any point in time, let's say at 9 o'clock, if you go into this community, you'll hear these different voices coming across, 50 different voices coming one by one into your inbox. And you can listen to that. And you can just turn it on and leave it on. It's like a radio coming on. It's like a poetry radio coming on, but all user-generated entertainment. We typically don't have much of premium entertainment. That means we don't license content from studios or we don't license content from record labels. It's all about users generating these kinds of entertainment, whether it's poetry, whether it is songs, and people sing a lot of songs. We've got over 1.5 billion pieces of content as well. I talked about page views, but there's also pieces of content in voice, in video that people have generated so far, and we're actually trying to collate it and present it back to the user base in a more meaningful form, because finding the content today is also a little bit hard when you have that much content. And we are not a Google, we are not a search engine at the back end. Keep going. Just go ahead to the next one. These are just details. I just picked up a slideshow that I had already. So here, just stop there. So we do have an area called the media gallery as well, where you can share whatever you create to the whole world, of RockeTalk. So you can, you can share your own voice or video or pictures or a bunch of pictures, or pictures plus voice, any combination. And it's like a mini YouTube in that sense, but YouTube is all about video only. Here you can share your voice, you can share your songs, you can share any creation that you've done, you can share your paintings, and people do that. And they share that to the RockeTalk community. And then you also have a choice only to share just to your friends, but most people choose to share it right to the entire community at large, which is all the millions of people that are on RockeTalk. So they can come and view it, they can come rate it, they can come share it with other people and comment on it as well. Go to the next one. Keep going. Yeah, and all of these communities are I like to call it live communities. You come in here not as a forum. It's not like something happened 2 days ago and you're trying to look at it now. That is the gallery, yes. Gallery, whatever you go, may have happened 10 days ago or 100 days ago. But here in communities, it is happening right then. There's a talk show happening on relationships right then. There's a session on e-learning happening right then. 2 nights ago, I was joining in a community called Learning Zone. And in Learning Zone, they were talking about this Higgs boson particle that has been just discovered. People were actually talking about it and in their voice. And somebody was saying, what is it all about? I mean, it depends on where people come from. They have never heard about it. But they came in because the name was so engaging, Higgs boson, right? So they were listening to some scientists from IISc who were just talking about it, just randomly. I mean, it was just happened to be there, and I checked the event calendar and I went in because it was interesting and engaging. But again, it's all about these live communities that become a source of entertainment for people that are participating. So the people that are talking may be very few, but the people that are participating could be very large. It could be many hundreds, it could be thousands, it could be millions as well also. Keep going. I think that's about it, and I may have even actually run out of my time. I've probably run over time, and he says, giving me dirty looks here. It's all about coming back to just closing it here. Mobile, it's all about, at least in our user base, it's about discovery and it's about entertainment. And in our case, it's about entertainment at the user-generated level. And of course, the user-generated entertainment like Antakshri, this one right now is being sponsored by Nokia. So Nokia is getting some benefit out of it at the brand level as well. And they are sponsoring this entire show. We have 72 or 73,000 people that have actually sung their songs in the last 9 days. But about 3 million people have actually viewed those songs. So that was as of about an hour ago. Over 3 million people have actually looked at it, viewed it, played it. So it's a lot of fun. People entertain themselves at RockeTalk. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv. Very cool. Actually, I do have a couple of questions for you.
Go for it.
And that's around, the growth. I think it's phenomenal what we've seen in terms of the growth and the active user engagement. Can you talk about when you saw the inflection point on that?
Sure.
Was there something you introduced in terms of entertainment that really took off? And also, a rating system for singers, is there something where the best, is there anything like that? I mean, I know I'll never get any scoring if there was a rating system, so is there anything like that for singers?
It's hard. So I'll answer the second one. It's a lot, first. It's a lot harder to introduce a rating system, unbiased rating system. So you have to rely on the judgment of other users. So these millions of people that are coming in and rating it, you have to rely on it. But there are biases, like you can sing and you can get 100 of your friends to come vote for you and you get 100 votes. And the next person that has sung may not have 100 friends to come and vote for them. They may have 10 only. And it's not easy to make sure that the right people go to the top. So that has not been done. We're still trying to figure out some of that. And if any of you have any ideas how to do that, we'll be certainly willing to listen how to get the... you can obviously get unbiased judges like people do in Indian Idol and Saregama. But that's again much more expensive. We'd rather keep it at the UGC level if we can. And the first one you asked about the inflection point. So we've been in this market for about 3 years. Of course, in our first year, which was mid-2009 onwards, we barely saw any users. There were very few users because people didn't have data plans, and our system works only on data. It's only on the mobile. It uses GPRS or Edge, or now, of course, it can use 3G as well. But we hardly had any users. In 2011 is when the inflection point started coming in. More phones came in, data plans that were affordable came in. The prepaid data plans became more affordable towards the second half of 2011. And that is what caused more people to come in. And of course, our engagement, the contesting caused more engagement as well. This Antakshri is very recent. Although people have been singing, but having a contest like this, we just introduced very recently.
Thank you so much. Now? Oh, all right. So, does anybody else have any questions? All right. Okay. Actually, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sumi. I'm from Spice Digital. I have a very simple question, which is about user-generated content. Now, user-generated content can be just about anything. So, is there a moderation process there? And if there is a moderation process which happens, how is it done?
So there's 2 levels of moderation. So if you talk about the media gallery, the public gallery, anything that goes in there is moderated, is human moderated, because it has to be copyright protected, it has to be cannot be inappropriate, cannot have pornographic content in there. So that part is human moderated, but very simple human moderation where we've given our moderators a web tool and typically it gets online within a minute or whatever time it takes to listen to that. If it is audio, then if it is a 3-minute audio, it'll take 3 minutes to get online. So that's the gallery. But inside a community, the community owner and their own group of people that they can appoint as administrators, they can moderate the content because we cannot moderate it. We have 140,000 communities in RockeTalk. There's no human way that we can moderate it. It has to be at the community level. But of course, there's a reporting system also. So if you do end up putting in some bad content or inappropriate content, some other user will flag it. And at that point, it does come to our human moderators, and we can take it down. We actually take it down first and then put it back if there is a problem with that. So that's the moderation system. It is there.
Okay.
Next question, I think. Yeah. Actually, there.
from Third View Consulting. Wonderful product that you have created, and you've got a huge base of people. The quick question is, it's an app, right?
It is a set of apps that runs across 1,000 phones.
So guys have to download it.
Yes.
So is there any secret ingredient to getting that download of the app? Because the big issue normally for an app would be, did it just spread virally, or was there any other insight that you have of how you made it grow so beautifully?
Most of it is viral, although operators have helped us, OEMs have helped us, because we are preloaded on a number of handsets, ranging from Samsung to LG to a bunch of others. So that has helped us, but those have been very little. In terms of percentages, they have been single digits, both operators and OEMs. Most of the effort has come in through viral means. People selling, like if you're playing on touchscreen, you're more likely to tell your friend, let's go play on touchscreen. Or I've listened to this beautiful song that somebody has sung there. It is a late 50s song. Maybe that is something you want to listen to, come and sing it, come and listen to it.
All English? The voice is not in English. Any texting that people do is English right now, right?
Text is all in English right now, yes.
Lovely answer.
Thank you. Any others?
Madan has a question.
One is the obvious question, how do you differentiate from someone like a Facebook? And second would be, can you seed different kinds of activities during different events, like the recent demise of Rajiv? Did you do something to spur more discussion, etc.? Can you do these kinds of things as the owner of the site?
Yeah, the second question is much easier because we don't have to seed much nowadays. With 17 million people in the network, things happen on their own. And yes, there were many communities that were talking about Rajesh Khanna, and they were playing your song. Somebody was turning on a CD player and just recording and sending it in. Somebody singing in their own voice. And some community actually had an event 2 nights ago running for about 4 hours where people sang his songs, whether it was Anand or Prem, Vamar Prem or whatever. So things happen on their own. We don't have to seed it. What we do have is a community calendar that people can put it into, and then when you join RockeTalk or when you come in, you can browse that calendar and you can go in and check out that community or that event at that point in time. Then the second question was, how do you differentiate with Facebook? Now, I think our use cases are so different. We don't see ourselves as competing against Facebook. A person who's on Facebook can also be on RockeTalk because they don't have this kind of competition like on touchscreen. They don't have a voice-based community system where you can come in and sing poetry all night long or all day long. That is where it's totally different from a use case perspective and from a media perspective as well.
All right, thank you. I see another question, but we'll take some more once everybody's done presenting.
Okay.